Okay, so now we finished excising. That's the denting in of entire shapes. Remember, the requirement for this project is to dent in at least 3 shapes. If you're going to dent in exactly 3, make sure you spread them out to keep the balance looking good for your project. The next step is going to be adding texture. Do not move on to texture until you are finished with the excising, the denting in. Remember, texture is changing the way the surface of the clay feels. We started out with this smooth surface, so now you're going to use whatever variety of tools you choose to change that surface, whether you make it rough, bumpy, jagged, spiky. That's totally up to you. There are lots of different tools that you can use to do that. You can use just a pen or pencil, and if you decide, I'm going to put texture inside this shape right here, and I'm going to go tap, 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 tap with my pen or my pencil. I'm going to keep doing that. Remember, you got to be willing to go big or go home. And since we can't go home, you got to go big. We want to make it look like there's plenty going on in this space so that it doesn't look like it was an accident or kind of an afterthought, like you forgot about what you were doing. Okay, I'm going to move that in. You can see that pretty well from back here. That'll change the way the surface of the clay feels. Since you are going to put texture in at least 3 shapes, it could be the same 3 that you dented in, like I did here, or it could be a spot where there's just the outline, or if you wanted to, you could count this as all 3 shapes. You could decide to put texture in the background. That is going to be a little more work though, so be willing to put in the time. I'm going to try a couple more textures here. You could do the same texture in all 3. That's fine. I'm going to use one of our needle or our ribbon tools, and I think I'm going to do this shape right here. I'm going to use that tool at an angle, and I'm just going to make little gouges out of the clay. We want to keep all those little gougey pieces that are those little clay crummies that are coming out. We want to keep those on the table so that they're easy to clean up. Try to keep them off the floor, work over the tabletop. Okay, so I'm going to turn it. You can see that that definitely looks different than that one. But again, a different texture. You could use some of the wooden handled tools, the ones that look like this. You can make gouges, you can make scratches. There are some wood cutting tools with a blade on the end. You can use those to kind of dig in, or you could tap, tap, tap like you did with the pen or the pencil. Tap, 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 and have yet again a slightly different texture to that. That being done, that takes care of texture. Remember, go big or go home. Make sure you are getting 3 spaces at least filled in, or the entire background. Stay tuned.